Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Wednesday, August 21st, 2024. This is my pre-market report. I want to start off with this, and it's really important, so just pay attention to what I'm about to say. You and I, cannot let our guard down. I have been saying quite a lot lately, it's too easy. This whole environment is too easy. I also have said that because it seems to be too easy, and it is, we know exactly what's going on. It's in our face. We can't let our guard down. Meaning, and this goes back to something I've been saying for forever now. Always have the high ground. Be ready for anything. People, how do I say this? The current environment is absolutely not sustainable. And I'm not just talking about the stock market. I'm talking about what you're seeing around you. Again, we are floating on oceans of debt. And this mechanism here, it's a house of cards built over a pool of gasoline. You know what I'm talking about. Anything could trigger an event, and we need to be ready for this. Some kind of an event that's going to be used as a scapegoat for why the system is coming apart. Understand how this is going to work, because it's always the same. Pay attention here, okay? When a crisis hits, generally, especially something that I believe they already have set up here, okay? When it hits, it's going to take everybody by surprise, but not you and me, because we're already ready for it. From a financial standpoint, okay, Greg Mannarino probably is the biggest stock market bull, commodity bull, even cryptocurrency bull, probably in world history. And that's only because of the current environment. This can change, but we're hedged, you and I. For my lions out here especially, listen to what I'm going to say. All right. You can't be only or just in the stock market. And the reason why I'm even bringing this up is I hear from people every day. Okay, Greg, I hate gold. Greg, I hate silver. I'm all in on the stock market. If you're all in on the stock market, again, Greg Mannarino, massive bull, okay, and we've ripped the face off of this market beyond recognition, absolutely, and we're not done. We're not done. But if you are not hedged, you are leaving yourself wide open to take a hit that you probably can't afford to take. You understand? I have been an advocate out here for being diversified. Okay, Greg Mannarino, you know how I operate. Yes, I am in this market, heavy, okay? I am in precious metals, heavy. I am in cryptocurrencies, pretty heavy too, okay? So understanding how cash moves through these markets, okay, in predictable patterns, that's a fact. When you have this kind of an environment where central banks are buying it all, oh, by the way, mortgage rates fell again, but the Fed's not cutting rates. You can't make this stuff up if you try to. The Fed is obviously in here buying it all, along with other central banks around the world, buying it all, fulfilling their end game, attacking their currencies. Do you realize how insane this is? You have central banks around the world whose product is debt, one thing. They're out here deliberately devaluing their currency. It's an insane thing. It's a war. They have a war against their own currencies. It's a race to the bottom. Period. This is why you need to be in commodities. Again, commodities are priced in dollars. What I want you to understand, if you take one thing away from this particular video, is you need to be ready for what's coming. And it could come at any moment. So don't be complacent. Also, understand that we still have seasonal volatility. Yes, this, other than the flash crash, Friday, 2 Fridays ago into Monday, which was a massive buying opportunity for me and my lions out here. I jumped in here. I told all of you what I did on that day. I bought aggressively. And that's only because, again, we are watching the debt market. The debt market, people, look, we don't have to guess, honestly. The trajectory for the market is higher for now, which means commodities are on sale for now. The risk on environment is going to be maintained until it isn't. But again, you got to be hedged here. If we realize, pay attention to this again, everybody, okay? If we understand that the environment we are in is engineered, okay, the illusion of the market, especially because there's a presidential selection cycle, this is nothing new. What we're seeing here has played out throughout history, time and time and time again. And the Federal Reserve does everything it can in its power to make the current thing sitting behind the resolute desk look like, some kind of a champion. That's what they do. They try to prop up the market. It's an illusion. It's not real. So an understanding that the mechanism, please pay attention to this part too, the mechanism of currency devaluation, the mechanism of artificially suppressed rates, and we have never seen anything like this before. We're being told the Fed's not cutting rates. Meanwhile, rates are dropping precipitously. Of course they're cutting rates. They haven't made the announcement that they've done it yet, and they're doing it in our face. They think you're too stupid to know that. But this mechanism here of, again, currency devaluation, of artificially suppressed rates, it's a mechanism designed to push cash into the stock market, to inflate it, to foster the illusion of some kind of prosperity. Again, you got some people who don't know a damn thing trying to tell you that there is a correlation between the stock market and the economy. Nothing could be further from the truth. You all know that. We've been watching a phenomenon play out for a very, very long time. The faster the economy falls through the floor, and we're already through it, the higher the market's going to go until it doesn't. Now, we have to realize that there is going to be a singular event that's going to be implemented and used as a scapegoat. Okay, say, this is the reason why the stock market is crashing. This is the reason why we're getting a credit freeze, because that's the real threat here. It's not the stock market. Please stop with this nonsense, okay? The stock market is a means to an end that you and I are utilizing to, frankly, capitalize on the system here. At the same time, looking at suppressed assets, none more so than silver, my favorite asset on this planet, then of course gold, commodities. You need this stuff in your portfolio. I also believe you need cryptocurrency. Cash is just, it's too simple to realize how this is going to eventually play out. The debt market hyperbubble is not sustainable. And the fact that central banks around the world colluding with so-called puppet leaders, puppet presidents, whoever, of doing everything that they can to keep this debt bubble hyperinflated, you have to understand that every bubble bursts for the same reason, because it rises above a level that can be sustained by any means. What they're doing right now is frankly, it's quite a thing to see how central banks in here colluding with respective leaders, puppets, to hyperinflate the global debt bubble to just, again, foster this illusion. And this is going to come crashing down. But the real issue that we're all going to face is not a stock market crash. It's a locking up of the system, a credit freeze, a liquidity crisis is on the horizon. That means, people, what does it mean? What does it mean when Greg says these things? It's very simple to understand. The system locks. Transactions stop. You can't get your cash out of these institutions. You can't use your debit cards. Your credit cards don't work. It's just over. The system locks up. Okay. Panic. Pandemonium in the streets. This is what was happening last time. You don't understand. Excuse me. Most people have no idea what was really going on during the last meltdown. People have spoken about this 1,000 times. It wasn't so much that the stock market the Dow Jones Industrial Average went from 12,000 to 6,000. That had everyone going crazy. Oh my, look at my 401k. I'll never be able to retire. But what was happening? Why was it? I'm asking a question here to all of you. I'm going to answer it, but I want you to think about it. that it was that we had that Congress, well, Ben Bernanke at that time went to Congress saying, hey, we need to inject billions of dollars into the system. We have to push cash into the system. It wasn't to reinflate the stock market. It was to prevent a liquidity crisis, which we were right on the threshold of. It had already started, okay? Interbusiness lending was locking up. That's the first phase. The next is you can't go to the bank and get your cash out. You can't use your debit cards. You can't buy anything. You understand? It just is gone. You go to your bank account, all zeros. It's gone. There's no cash. You understand? That's where we're going next. So stop with the focusing on the stock market nonsense. Okay, yes, this is a beautiful thing to see for those of us that are in this market, taking advantage of it here. I already explained to you yesterday in my post-market wrap-up what you should and should not do. I'm not going to cover it again here. If you did not see my post-market wrap-up from yesterday, you need to watch that, especially for one of my lions looking for opportunities to get into this market. If you're looking to get into commodities here, you got to keep buying. I also believe cryptocurrencies, people, use this as an opportunity. Expect volatility here, okay? Don't expect this to just be a beautiful free ride here. Nothing's free. But again, look, what I want you to do is understand the pace at which global debt is rising right now. We've never seen anything like this before. At the same time, the economy is contracting globally. This should be a big tell to you of how bad the system actually is and how close we are to a locking up of the system, a liquidity crisis, because that's the real thing. You got to be ready for this. With regard to your financial portfolio, you must be hedged. I don't want to hear that you're all in on this, that, or the other thing. If you're going to be all in on one thing, it's going to be commodities, of course, silver, okay, more specifically in Greg Mannarino's opinion here. But Greg Mannarino's opinion is you need to take advantage of the system from every angle you possibly can. And that means for now, at least the stock market, but be hedged in commodities here because cash is going to move from risk on, that means being deliberately pushed into the stock market via the weaker dollar, via the suppressed rates into risk off here. And that means cash is going to move into commodities and other assets as well. I've covered this a million times, but I'm getting a lot of new followers here lately. I want to bring you up to speed. I want everyone to hear these things repeatedly so you know what to do and why you're doing it. Again, don't take my word for a damn thing. Think about what I'm saying here. But understand that we are going to get hit with a liquidity crisis that they're not going to be able to stop. They are eliciting it. They are pushing us in that direction. Again, what do they want? They want to bring us to our knees. So we beg for a new system. Problem, reaction, solution. It's always the same thing. You all know that. That's where we're going here, into a full-blown, full-on liquidity crisis. With regard to the market, it doesn't matter. If you're hedged here, it doesn't matter. Let them kill the stock market. Let risk on become risk off. We're going to get out of this market. Trust me on this one, okay? Before everybody else. We're very close to it, okay? That's a fact. I watch this stuff every freaking day, all around the clock. I think I have a handle on this, and what I do, you're going to know I'm doing. So you'll be able to take action yourself. You must be hedged. You must be diversified. You must have exposure to commodities. The grander picture is a liquidity crisis. They're going to bring us to our knees. They're going to lock up the system and they're going to tell us we have a solution for you. It's what they're going to do. It's what they always do. And the fact that we're seeing this vast debt expansion machine, the fact that we have politicians, world leaders all on the same page, that is weaker currency helping their central bank get along. We have the two things right now running for selection here. They're saying the same things. They're promising you lower rates. All this does is make the Fed stronger. It means a weaker currency as well. They're leading us to the slaughter, okay? So stop putting your faith in the wrong place. We're supposed to be able to govern ourselves. We've already lost the ability to do that. You understand? We have to be ready for what they have coming. And that is really what this is all about. It's a warning. It's a warning. Be ready. Be hedged. Prepare for a liquidity crisis. Understand that we're going to face a scarcity of resources. People, I wrote a paper on this. Global debt and the human bubble. Look it up. Go on Google right now, or any search engine, and go global debt and the human bubble. You're going to see what I'm talking about. This is where we're going, okay? A crisis beyond anyone's wildest imaginations or dreams or nightmares is where we're eventually going. So don't be complacent, okay? Realize that this environment that appears too easy is too easy for a reason. I think the Fed and central banks right now are in their final stage for their final solution. The final solution is going to involve control on a scale that you've only seen in science fiction. It's also going to involve, unfortunately, a vast reduction in the population of this planet. I want you to realize these things. Okay, you think I'm too far-fetched? You think I'm out there? Maybe you should do your own research and don't believe a damn thing I say ever. And you'll come up with the same conclusions that I have. I think most of you are on the same page. We must be ready, okay, from every angle. And it goes beyond the financial, mentally, physically, spiritually. You know all that already, people. Anyway, look, I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, I want to hear from you. Please tell me where I'm getting it wrong. If you think I am, tell me if you think I got this right. And again, I'm not too old to learn the trick, all right? But I really believe everything I'm saying, it should strike a chord with you. I believe that we all have a God-given intellect. I really believe that. It's too obvious. And with that, have I said anything that maybe strikes you and you say, wow, you know what? This actually sounds about right. That's your God-given intellect telling you. You need to start paying more attention. All right, people, look, I'm going to let Joe go. This guy here loves you from the heart with all I got. I mean that. Please share the video. Get it out there. You got something out of this video? Give it a thumbs up. It lets the algorithms pick it up. The video will get out there and people can hear this stuff, all right? I'm counting on all of you. This is a family here. We got to rely on each other. And I'm relying on you to share this video, to get it out there as well, all right? I'll see you all later, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for my live stream. I really hope to see you there. They've been taken off as of late. And again, that's thanks to all of you. Love you from the heart. I can't tell you how much. It's the truth, all right? See you later.